Ever found yourself staring at a dental bill, a vet expense, or even an elective cosmetic procedure and thought, how am I going to afford this? You're not alone. Unexpected healthcare costs can throw a serious wrench into anyone's budget. And that's where financing options like CareCredit come into the picture. But what if your individual credit isn't quite where it needs to be? That leads us to today's big question. Can I apply for CareCredit with a co-applicant? We're going to dive deep into that today, exploring the ins and outs of CareCredit applications, the role of a co-applicant, and what you need to know before you consider this route. First, let's quickly recap what CareCredit actually is. CareCredit is a healthcare credit card designed for health, wellness, and personal care expenses. It works a bit differently than a regular credit card. Often, they offer promotional periods with deferred interest. This means if you pay off the full amount within the agreed-upon timeframe, you won't be charged any interest. However, if you don't, interest is calculated retroactively from the original purchase date. This is crucial to understand. It's not free money. It's a financing tool that needs to be used responsibly. Now, let's get back to our main question. Can you apply for CareCredit with a co-applicant? The short answer is no. CareCredit does not currently offer the option to apply with a co-applicant or co-signer. This is a key difference between CareCredit and some other types of loans. So, why is this the case? Well, credit card companies, including those offering healthcare financing, typically evaluate applicants based on their individual creditworthiness. They look at factors like your credit score, credit history, income, and debt-to-income ratio. These factors help them assess the risk of lending you money. Adding a co-applicant complicates this process as it introduces another financial profile into the equation. Okay, so if you can't use a co-applicant, what are your options if your credit isn't ideal? Don't worry, there are still a few avenues you can explore. First, focus on improving your own credit score. This might sound like a long-term solution, but even small improvements can make a difference. Check your credit report for any errors and dispute them. Make sure you're paying all your bills on time, every time. Even a single missed payment can negatively impact your score. Keep your credit utilization low, meaning you're not using a large percentage of your available credit. These are all steps you can take to gradually boost your creditworthiness. Another option is to consider smaller financing amounts. Instead of financing an entire large procedure, perhaps you can finance a portion of it. This might make it easier to get approved with your current credit profile. You could then save up for the remaining amount or explore other payment options with your healthcare provider. Speaking of payment options with your provider, it's always worth discussing payment plans directly with them. Many healthcare providers offer in-house financing options or payment arrangements. They might be more flexible than a traditional credit card company and willing to work with you on a payment schedule that fits your budget. This is a very important step many people forget. Don't be afraid to ask. It demonstrates responsibility and a willingness to pay. You could also explore other financing options outside of CareCredit. There are personal loans, for instance, which might offer more flexible terms or the possibility of a co-signer, depending on the lender. However, be sure to carefully compare interest rates, fees, and repayment terms before committing to any loan. Some personal loans have very high interest rates, particularly for those with less than perfect credit. Another important point to consider is the type of procedure you're looking to finance. For some procedures, especially elective ones, you might have the option to save up over time. While this might mean delaying the procedure, it can save you money on interest and avoid taking on debt altogether. This is the most financially sound option if feasible. Let's recap what we've covered. CareCredit doesn't allow co-applicants. If your credit isn't great, focus on improving it, explore smaller financing amounts, talk to your healthcare provider about payment plans, consider alternative financing options like personal loans, and, if possible, consider saving up for the procedure. It's also important to be realistic about your financial situation. Taking on debt is a serious decision and should be carefully considered. Make sure you understand the terms of any financing agreement, including interest rates, fees, and repayment schedules. Don't take on more debt than you can comfortably manage. Understanding your creditworthiness is a key part of financial responsibility. There are many free resources available online that can help you understand your credit score and how it's calculated. Take advantage of these resources to become more informed about your financial health. Using financing for healthcare can be a helpful tool, but it's crucial to be informed and responsible. Remember, understanding the terms and conditions is paramount. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Whether it's to CareCredit, your healthcare provider, or a financial advisor, clarifying any doubts is crucial before making a decision. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.